show number 3 for the Summer Breakfast Show with Max on Biz Bar the Water. Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 30th of December. It's the second last show for the year. I'm very excited. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning, Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, as well as any other listeners listening from different sort of areas. Welcome, everyone. It's Summer Brekkie, show number 3. We've done Friday, Monday, and today is, of course, Tuesday. Let's take a look at the weather. Sydney weather for today looks like it's going to be tops of 25, low of 16. Melbourne, you're looking to be a little bit cloudy with a top of 27, low of 14. And Brisbane is, of course, very sunny today of Tuesday, top of 28, low of 17. And good morning from anywhere other areas. Let us know where you're listening from. Text us on the text line 0424257028. We've got a very packed show today, and we got one more show to go after this. Second last show of the year. It's of course doesn't feel real. Tuesday energy slightly more real than Monday. It still doesn't feel normal though. But everyone is, of course, negotiating how much effort today deserves. Today feels like a test run for January. This is a practice Tuesday, not the real thing. But yeah, I've recently gone for a few runs. It felt good to move around. 3K run last night, Monday night. But yeah, of course, Tuesday morning, might go on another one today. I was looking on my Strava a bit earlier, and I've done about 91 kilometers for the year. I really want to push that up and get it to triple digits, 100. So that's why I did a 3K run yesterday. I'm going to do a 3K run planning this afternoon, and tomorrow, the last day of the year, I'll do another 3K run. So then we'll probably most likely make it to 100 if all goes to plan. But of course, motivation can be lacking. And speaking of motivation does usually lack when people have their New Year's resolutions, of course. As I said in the last few shows, motivation does usually run out around January, mid-January to start of February. But yeah, it's been a great few days doing the Summer Breakfast Show. Hope you all like it. If you have any suggestions, let us know. Of course, you can contact us on the text line. And it doesn't feel like summer, to be completely honest. It's windy, but then the sun's out, so it's a bit weird. But hey, I'll take it anyway. Not too much swimming going on for me at the current moment in time. Taking a bit of a break just after state. But ramping up the running a bit more. You can listen to this. If you're listening live, then congratulations, you've caught me at a very good time. But you can also, if you do miss out, or if you're joining some other time through the show, you can, of course, listen to the podcast, catch up on iHeart, Apple Podcasts, or live on YouTube. Tomorrow morning will be the last breakfast show for the year. We'll see if we come back in January with some more brekkie shows. But hey, yeah, it's been loads of fun so far. And if you have any suggestions, do let us know. And we've got a very, very big show today. But yeah, as I've been saying, it's been a few tough decisions to make, whether I should nap or not during the day. But yeah, yesterday I went out to the city with my cousin Ryan. We'll touch a bit more on that later. But yeah, it was great, very packed, and had some transport problems, which I'll talk about a bit later on in the show. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back. It's great to be here on this Tuesday morning. A bit chillier than usual. I did go outside for a tiny morning stretch just before. And one thing that I did want to mention, I did talk about this yesterday. I know so many athletes that stretch before their warm-ups, yet I am one of the only athletes in, I think, the whole world who does not stretch. Even when running, swimming, doing anything else, I do not stretch. So I think that's something I can work on. That can be my New Year's resolution. Stretch before workouts. And I do regret it, and I'm paying for it because every time I've gone for a run since my first run back after a few months, it has been very, very painful. The legs are feeling very heavy and very, very tiring. But anyway, that's something that I can work on in the new year. I did want to chat about entertainment without commitment. This is something that I've been seeing a lot recently. So background shows, comfort movies, and familiar music. That's entertainment you don't have to think about. It's sometimes all you want after a long day is some contrast between some quiet space and some downtime, as well as crowded spaces. And crowded spaces cannot... they're not very enjoyable sometimes. But yeah, sometimes you can watch shows that you've seen multiple times. That's what I've been doing recently with The Office. That's a great one to watch. And of course, songs that instantly relax you. I do love a good song. Do listening to DAB and even iHeart as well. There's some great radio stuff on there. If you're looking for any sort of different radio stations, I am the radio nerd. I'm probably the youngest radio nerd in the country. But so if you are looking for something, do let me know. whether it's jazz, hip-hop, R&B, there's always a good pick for you, and there's something for everyone. That's the good thing I do like about radio. Although you don't get to choose the songs, I do believe radio is better than Spotify. Yeah, that's just my hot take. But yeah, this week isn't challenging for entertainment. There's a lot of relaxing and watching TV shows. As I've said the past few shows, I've just been watching Office Christmas. I did watch Office Christmas Party, the movie. It's a great movie, honestly. I think that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Very, very funny. But I've also been watching The Office, the Christmas episodes. I think today I watched I believe it was the Christmas episode where Jim and Dwight, they do fight because over their Christmas bonuses, I believe, and they try to sabotage each other. That was a funny one where Jim gets absolutely beat up by Dwight with his with the snowballs after Dwight takes everything so seriously. And I've also watched a bit of Dwight and Angela's affair and how they I do love that those episodes. They are very, very funny. But yeah, how Andy and Dwight do fight for Angela, and nobody comes out victorious. But anyway, let's move on to a tiny game. Yeah, here we are. Where are we? Sorry, my sheet has just ran away. There we are. Let's do yes or no. Cooking or ordering? I'm going to say cooking, no. Ordering, yes. I do love a good Uber Eats and DoorDash. It's so much easier, so much more convenient. You don't have to get up. You just have to press a few buttons on your phone. That's the beauty of our current modern world. Planning versus winging it. I'd have to say, honestly, planning it, I'll do this in terms of podcasting or any sort of YouTube video, and a lot of people would know what I'm talking about. When you do have a plan to follow, it's much easier. Even a rough outline and schedule, that's a lot easier. But also winging it, it depends if you're good at it. For example, I'll be honest, some of these podcasts, I do wing it. I don't have anything to talk about. I just wing it and come up with things on the spot, and I've gotten quite good at that, to be honest. But no, I have been planning these shows, so don't worry. Let's go early night versus late night. I have to say, for me, I'll say late night. I'll say late night, yeah, but if it's a early morning, then I'll, of course, do early night. But if it's late night, I'll do a sleep in. Yeah, great. Yeah, I have to say that some of those, I've got to say, sometimes for late nights, I do like staying up 12, 1, around there. Waking up 8 or 9 or even 10 is great, and I do love that. But yeah, we'll have a bit more to talk about right after this on the Summer Breakfast Show with Max. All right, we've got some quick fire questions here. Running outside versus gym workouts or running on a treadmill? I'd have to say running outside. It does depend if you do like an incline or not. Then go outside. There's a lot of hills around in different areas. I'd have to say it's very odd to just have a flat surface around you. Let's go shopping in-store versus online. To be honest, in my opinion, it depends what time of the year it is, but I do prefer shopping online. I believe it's much more fun. You get to see what you're buying. And for example, if you're shopping in person, that's for shopping in person. Shopping online, you don't get to see it. If you order the wrong thing, you have to return it. It's a whole hassle. I prefer being there in person. And for example, if yesterday when I went out to do some shopping, you can go out and have some lunch and then keep on shopping. That's great fun. I do enjoy that. Let's go going to the city versus staying local. I do love going into the city, but of course staying local. For example, in Sydney, we do have Burwood, which is, I'd say it's taking over as the next CBD. I think it was rated the 16th most popular suburb in the world, not even in the country, just in the world. So it's setting the bar a bit higher than in the country. But yeah, I do love going to Burwood, or even Parramatta is great. And there's some good other suburbs. And if you do have any recommendations of places I should visit, do let me know. Contact us on the text line 0424 257 028. Very good. And let's go crowds versus convenience. Convenience all the way. I was walking today in the city and it was so yesterday in the city, and it was so packed. I could barely get a few steps in without having to stop behind someone. But yeah, let's chat about right up next what actually recharges you heading into the new year. I think that is a good topic that we can chat about, because what actually does get you recharged. For example, I've been there's been times this year where I've been very, very tired, and not just taking a break doesn't even recharge me. But as an athlete, a few of these things do help. Doing nothing, of course, sometimes. Getting outside briefly. One proper night of sleep. I cannot stress that one enough. And turning off notifications. Having a little digital detox. I think a lot of people are going to do that in the new year. I saw a few politicians doing that, actually. Anyway, politicians are that's a weird topic, but you can check out Biz Politics if you're into politics and you want to hear me rant about stuff like Sloaney. If anyone knows Sloaney, let me know. I do love a good Sloan Zone episode. That's some tips from me. Tuesday reset. Let's just let go of the pressure, everyone. It's almost the end of the year. Set the low bar. There's not much to do. But up next, I want to chat a bit about my experience in the city yesterday and the absolute chaos the absolute chaos that was happening in there with the transport as well. Sydney trains, you're not getting a very good rap from me, but the other day on a Friday, I think it was, I had my little talkback rant about the Southwest Metro and how it has not been completed yet, and it's going about a year and a half overdue. But anyway, we'll chat about that right up next, and a few more things. This will be a bit of a shorter show today, but yeah, as always, this is a Summer Brekkie with Max, and if you're just joining us now, you can of course catch up or wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube live weekday mornings. Alrighty, buckle up and strap in tight, everyone. Here is my talkback rant, one per episode. I think it is fair. So, now, of course, I have my beef with Sydney trains. I've rung up 2SM and 2GB many, many times to complain. And as a young kid, that is that's a bit different to what normally happens. I've only rung up 2SM once. But the train strikes, of course, happened earlier in 2025, and that was chaos. Even trying to get to and from work. Yeah, I work out at Olympic Park. That was chaos. Even stopping over at Lidcombe. But a few things that's happened this week with transport on, I believe it was Saturday afternoon. Yes, Saturday afternoon. That sounds about right. I was at Parramatta with I was just at Parramatta shopping, and I was by myself as always. I thought I was with someone. That was another time at Parramatta. I've been at Parramatta a few times this past week, Christmas Eve, and then of course on Saturday, Arvo. But so that was quite fun, but then I realised the trains at Parramatta are all out. So not to worry, I took the bus, but the bus took about 45 minutes just to get to Olympic Park. And if you're looking at it geographically, Parramatta is quite close to Olympic Park, and 45 minutes on a bus next to people, like there are people standing. The buses aren't meant to have people, they're meant to have a few people standing, but not over 15 people standing. It was chaos, and I would never do that again, but I do hope that the Parramatta track work does cease soon, and we can have trains running, so I can go back to Parramatta and do some shopping. And then, of course, yesterday, I did go to the city with my cousin Ryan. I'll have a video coming out about our little journey very, very soon. But let's buckle in. This is where it gets really interesting. So we were planning to go to Chatswood to have some lunch and do a bit of light shopping before the end of the year. And as you know, we do go to different restaurants and review them for the lockdown biz. But as I was getting on the pink Southwest buses to get to Sydenham, to go on the metro to go to Chatswood, I realised the metro had track work. And that wouldn't have been a problem. But there's track work on every other goddamn line. Ashfield, T3, T4, every single line has track work. Just to get to the city from Ashfield, I had to stop over at Burwood, then go to Redfern, then stop over at Central, then go to Town Hall. It was so inconvenient, took so long. I was meant to get there by 10:45, but I ended up getting there at 11:30. And it was terrible, honestly. Sydney trains, please choose some better times to do your track work. And I have been reading in other places that it's going to be a nightmare for anyone going to the New Year's Eve fireworks because, hey, look, if there aren't trains, I don't know how anyone's going to get home. I've got to say 99% of people who go to the New Year's Eve fireworks do end up going home by train. But hey, anyway, that's not my problem. I usually stay home or do something else on New Year's Eve. I don't usually go out and watch the fireworks. There was one year, but we did have an apartment to watch from, but that was much easier. And if there's one tip for people who have a bit of money stashed away and you want to go out on New Year's Eve, rent an apartment. It's so much easier. Anyway, we'll chat a bit more about some other topics right after this on Summer Breakfast with Max. Alrighty, let's chat about some of the things that people put off until January. Let's take a look. Emails, of course. Health admin, that's a true one. Big purchases, sure. And big life decisions, yes, people do tend to put that stuff off until January. That's great. I of course love delaying things and procrastinating, and of course that's a habit that I need to fix sooner rather than later. But anyway, hey, it's almost the end of the year. Let's just relax a bit. Let's take a look at some shopping behaviors as well. Seeing people carry around bags does make you want to buy more. I've been doing some research recently, and how Westfield does crowd people to pressure them into making decisions quickly. And of course, that's a good sales tactic. And even just walking around Westfield today, I did get the pressure that to buy stuff. Didn't buy too much, but yeah, did go out for a nice lunch. I keep saying yesterday. My brain is fried. I think that even in summer, the calendar, my internal calendar and clock just shuts down. I forget what day it is. I keep forgetting today's a Tuesday, but anyway. But yeah, crowds make spending feel urgent, and empty shops do make you think, and it's a bit more intimidating when you do have just one salesperson in the store, and it's an empty store with only you in it. But yeah, that's some shopping little psychology things that I thought I'd bring into today's show. And that almost brings us to the end of the show. It's a bit of a shorter show today. Don't really have much to talk about, but tomorrow is the last show of the year. It's a bit of not a sad one, because of course we're going to be back in 2026, bigger and better than ever. But it's been a very, very long year. We've done about 60 podcasts, and counting. Of course, we get the daily biz ones. We got the minis, including, it's probably about 80, including the biz politics and biz audio podcasts that we've done. And it's been a very productive year on the podcast side of things, not so much looking at the lockdown biz. But anyway, hey, we divide and conquer. We continue to surge, and we'll see what happens next. I'll catch you right back after this for the final break of the show on Summer Breakfast with Max. And I've been seeing a lot on Instagram recently how many people keep their Apple boxes. And I think Apple, it's a weird topic to start the break with, but I think that that's one thing that people just don't get rid of is Apple boxes and iPhone boxes, Apple Watch, MacBook. I think the bigger ones for iMacs and stuff is something that you would probably most likely get rid of due to space reasons. But it's an interesting one. I'm looking over at my desk right now, and I've got two boxes, one for my iPhone 16 Plus and my newly gifted Apple Watch Series 11. Now, that's a great one, and I'm pretty sure somewhere I've got my Apple Watch Series 3 box. And the Apple Watch Series 3 is also sitting there looking very, very sad. But Apple boxes are something that people do not throw out, and they tend to keep for a while. And I guess that's the beauty of it. Keep it clean, no pollution. But anyway, tomorrow's show should be a fun one. It'll be a long one. I'm sorry today's one's a bit shorter. Didn't have that much to cover, but tomorrow we're going to do a full wrap on the year. What to look forward to next in 2026 for Biz by the Water. And any suggestions you have, chuck them over to us. 0424 257 028 is the text line. And you can add us on Instagram at Biz by the Water. And if you have any complaints, comments, suggestions, or anything else, as I just said, text line. Email is the Lockdown at Outlook. There's many ways to contact us. And you can also text us on Telegram, WhatsApp. I think WeChat. I have WeChat as well. I use that for work a fair bit. But of course, it's always Biz by the Water. So and the name's not going anywhere. I know a lot of people do ask me, what does Biz actually mean? But Biz, okay, I'll give you this is a shorter story. Back when we started this YouTube channel, back the Lockdown Biz, back in August 2021, August 17th was the first day that we started working. The co-founder and I won't use his name, but let's just call him the person, because that was his Discord name. The person and I decided it was a lockdown, so of course the lockdown part comes in, but what were we going to do? We were going to create a business in lockdown. So the Lockdown Biz, that's honestly the simplest way I can tell you all about the Lockdown Biz. And the name sort of stuck. Biz has sort of been the brand for the past few years. And of course, we've had many different ventures. We've had Jetlag Airlines, our Roblox game. We've had the Lockdown Biz Office Roleplay on Roblox. You can check out those games. They're still around. Haven't been updated for a while, but maybe we'll revive them very, very soon. But we've also had Biz by the Water, the Biz Podcast, Biz Audio, Biz Politics, Biz Photography. What's one more that we've had? We've had Lockdown Valley, which was a take on a lockdown version of Silicon Valley, the TV show. That's a great TV show. One of my favorite ones. That can go up on the list. Maybe I'll watch some more Silicon Valley soon in the next few days. And I've also done I've done a radio show on another radio station that no longer exists. It was called Max's Top 10, my radio program. Every Friday night I would do a 1-hour program. I'd count down my top 10 hits for the week, and that was a fun one for this year. But yeah, tomorrow's show will wrap up the whole year. Oh, that's going to be a fun one. I'm going to be emotional at the end. And I plan on doing it the live version tomorrow, and you will possibly be able to see my video. So you can check that out if you're watching it on YouTube. Then it's right in the same place, the Lockdown Biz. And I do plan to do it with my camera on in the studio upstairs, and that should be great. You can see me one last time for the year, and I can talk about the year in review next year, and any new topics, plans, sport in general. Of course, it is a sports podcast after all, but yeah, it's been a very, very fun show so far, and thank you all for listening in. And of course, you can contact us whenever you need. Listen in. There's so many episodes that you can catch up on. Listen on demand via the iHeart app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. I think we're on Google Podcasts somewhere. I didn't even know Google had a podcast app, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the final show of 2025. It'll be a fun one. Of course, you can keep on listening. There's many episodes you can catch up on, and a few even embarrassing episodes back from when I used to do this back in October with my co-host Caleb. Anyway, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day. Stay safe, and don't get too relaxed. Try and pep up a bit, everyone.